There is a question that haunts anyone who has ever tried to hack their reality using the law of consciousness. A question whispered in the dark just before sleep takes over. Why aren't my visualizations working? You have done the work. You have read the books. You have closed your eyes, and you have tried to paint vivid mental images of wealth, freedom, and the American dream. You have tried to force yourself to feel the abundance, gritting your teeth and demanding that the universe deliver the prosperity you deserve. Yet, despite all this mental effort, you wake up every single morning to the exact same reality. The alarm clock rings, pulling you back into the grind. The same stack of overdue bills is waiting on the counter. The same student loan balance stares back at you from the screen. And the same knot of anxiety tightens in your stomach. You look around and see no change. The 9-to-5 cycle continues. The struggle persists, and the financial independence you were promised feels like a distant mirage. You have tried to imagine the checks arriving in the mail. You have visualized sudden wire transfers hitting your bank account, or seeing the winning lottery numbers flash on the screen. You have played these movies in your mind 1,000 times, hoping that if you just watch them enough, they will materialize in the 3D world. But every single time you try to visualize these specific events, your logical mind, the guardian of your current limitations, intervenes. It screams at you, "This is impossible. This is a lie. You are broke." And so, your S.A.T.S, your state akin to sleep, which should be your most powerful laboratory of creation, becomes a battlefield. You spend those precious moments fighting against your own doubts rather than planting the seeds of your future. This frustration, this cycle of trying and failing, is perhaps the greatest sin Neville Goddard spoke of. But understand this. In the original language of Scripture, sin does not mean a moral failure. It simply means missing the mark. You are shooting for freedom, but you are missing the target because your aim is slightly off. We waste the most sacred moment of the day, that mystical bridge between the conscious and the subconscious mind, because no one has ever truly taught us the mechanics of constructing the perfect scene. We have been told to visualize, but that term is vague, misleading, and often keeps us trapped in the role of a spectator. Today, here on Feeling is the Secret, we are done with passive visualization. We are going to learn how to impress. We are not going to ask the universe for favors. We are going to assume our new reality. The universal problem is not a lack of desire. The universal problem is not a lack of desire. Your desire for abundance, for a life where you call the shots, is divine. It is life itself, seeking to express greater expansion and freedom through you. The problem is not that you want money. The problem is that you are trying to manifest money by visualizing the process of getting it. You are obsessing over the how, the when, and the who. By focusing on the means, the lottery ticket, the promotion, the inheritance, you are inadvertently screaming to your subconscious that you do not have it. You are praying for rain, begging the sky to open up, Instead of standing in the mud, smelling the wet earth, and feeling the cool droplets already hitting your skin. This is the agony of effort, and in the metaphysics of Neville Goddard, effort is the antithesis of faith. If you have to force it, you don't believe it. The revelation that Neville gave to the world is locked within that acronym, S.A.T.S. It is not a daydream. It is not a fantasy to escape your unpaid bills for 5 minutes. It is a surgical technique. It is a deliberate act of psychological impregnation. It is called the state akin to sleep, because it is in that precise moment of drowsiness, when the analytical guardian of your logical mind begins to doze off, that the door to the subconscious swings open. This is when you can finally plant the seed of your financial freedom in soil that is fertile and, most importantly, unguarded by your limiting beliefs. This script is your master method. We are not going to use mystical words just to sound profound. We are going to build, step by step, the perfect S.A.T.S. scene for manifesting wealth. And the first secret you must learn is this: the perfect scene is never about receiving money. It is never about looking at a pile of cash. The perfect scene is always and only about what implies that the money has already been received. It is about the aftermath. This is a subtle difference, but it is the difference between perpetual failure and an instant miracle. You must understand the nature of your subconscious mind. It is impersonal. It is the divine clay. It does not judge whether you deserve wealth or poverty. It simply accepts what you impress upon it. It accepts as true whatever you feel to be true. If you drift off to sleep feeling anxious about the economy, your subconscious will faithfully produce more circumstances to make you anxious. If you drift off to sleep feeling relief and deep gratitude because every obligation has already been met, the subconscious, operating with a logic that transcends your current tax bracket, will reorganize your entire world to manifest that specific feeling of relief. So, how do we engineer a scene that implies absolute financial liberty? You do not visualize yourself finding a suitcase of cash on the street. That is the process, and frankly, it is a daydream. Instead, you visualize yourself performing an action that you would naturally do only after you have achieved total financial independence. Perhaps you are logging in to your investment portfolio or banking app, and you see a specific balance that gives you a profound sense of security. Or maybe you are looking at a screen that says "paid in full" on your student loans or your mortgage, feeling the physical weight of that burden lifting off your shoulders. The key here is specificity and naturalness. It shouldn't feel like a fantasy. It should feel like a memory of something that just happened. You are not wishing for it. You are acknowledging it. The most common mistake people make is rendering the scene too long or too complex. The perfect S.A.T. scene is short, sensory, and laser-focused on a single act. It must be a loop that you can repeat easily until it captures your attention and naturally evokes the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You are not directing a feature film. You are creating a mental GIF. It's a 5-second clip, looking at the balance, feeling the relief, and repeating, over and over, until the mind accepts it as fact. You are not watching a movie of yourself. You are living the moment. The key is the first-person perspective. You must not see your body from the outside, as if you were a camera on the wall. You must be yourself in that scene. You must see the screen through your own eyes, feel the desk under your hands, and hear the sounds of the room around you. If you see yourself over there doing the action, you are dissociating. You are separating yourself from the wealth. You must inhabit the state. Let's look at the case of Richard to understand this shift. Richard was drowning in credit card debt, trapped in the classic rat race. For months, his S.A.T. scene was imagining his boss calling him into the office to give him a raise. He tried to force himself to feel excited, to feel the adrenaline of a promotion. But every night, he fell asleep with a subtle undercurrent of effort and desperation. He was trying to manipulate the 3D world, trying to force a specific channel for the money to come to him. It was the imagination of a man who hopes for a raise, not the imagination of a man who is already financially free. He was missing the mark. The feeling of wanting is fundamentally the feeling of lacking, and the subconscious always manifests the dominant feeling. Then, Richard radically changed his approach, finally applying the core of Neville's teaching. He stopped visualizing the how, the raise, the boss, the job. He asked himself a pivotal question. What would I do naturally if I were already free from debt and had money to spare? The answer was simple and profound. He would make a generous donation to a charity he cared about. A man in debt worries about hoarding. A wealthy man enjoys the power of giving. That night, his S.A.T. scene was completely different. He was sitting at his desk, feeling the cold plastic of the mouse under his hand. He looked at his computer screen and clicked a button that said, "Donate now," sending $5,000 to the cause. He didn't visualize the money coming in. He visualized the money going out, which implied he had plenty of it. His heart didn't race with the anxious excitement of winning a lottery. Instead, it filled with a calm, deep sense of... His heart didn't race with the anxious excitement of winning a lottery. Instead, it filled with a calm, deep sense of gratitude and dignity. He felt the stability of someone who can afford to help others. He fell asleep feeling like a philanthropist. What happened to Richard was the inevitable consequence of the law. In the weeks that followed, he didn't get the raise he had been begging for. The universe had a better way. A frantic client from his past, who had apparently forgotten a significant invoice from years ago, contacted him out of the blue to settle the entire amount with interest. Almost simultaneously, a small crypto investment he had written off as a loss suddenly surged. The how was completely unexpected and non-linear. Richard could never have orchestrated those events with his logical mind. He had simply impressed his subconscious with the feeling of a man who is generous and free. The subconscious, which is the only true cause, simply moved the shadow world, the people, the markets, the circumstances, to conform to that new inner truth. Your S.A.T.S. scene is a vow. It is an act of divine revision. You are saying to the mirror universe, I don't care what my senses show me right now. I don't care what the economy is doing. This is my new truth, and I will sleep here in this assumption. Most Most people fail because they fall asleep in the feeling of wanting, and in the language of the mind, wanting is synonymous with lacking. To fall asleep desiring money is to affirm, "I am poor." To fall asleep feeling the quiet satisfaction of the money you already possess is to affirm, "I am abundant." And I am is the creative code of the universe. It is the only true name of God. Now, let's build your scene using the 4 golden rules of the law. Ignore even one of these and your mental architecture will collapse. The first rule: the scene must imply the wish is already fulfilled. Never show the process of getting there. You are not negotiating the deal. You are shaking hands after the contract is signed. The second rule: the scene must be in the first person. You are not watching a movie of yourself becoming successful. You are there. You feel the texture of the mahogany desk. You smell the leather of the chair. You feel the weight of the pen in your hand. This is a virtual reality experience, not a cinema screening. The third rule: the scene must be short. The third rule: the scene must be short. We are talking about a single action. I am paying this invoice with a smile. I am clicking confirm on this transfer. I am turning the key in the door of my new home. It must be an action so brief that you can loop it over and over without effort until it takes on the tones of reality. If your scene is a long, complex narrative, a vacation montage, or a long conversation, your mind will wander, and you will lose the focus necessary to make the impression. The fourth rule, and the most critical: the scene must be saturated with feeling. But be careful here. We are not talking about the high-energy emotion of excitement, which is often just anxiety in disguise. We are talking about the calm, deep, undeniable feeling of relief. It is the feeling of naturalness. It is what Neville called living in the end. It is that deep exhale you let out when a massive problem is finally solved. It is the feeling of "it is done." That quiet peace is the magnet. Consider the example of Anna. She desperately wanted to buy a specific home, a symbol of independence she had been chasing for years. But she lacked the funds, and her credit was shot. Every night, she tried to visualize money appearing in her bank account to buy it. She failed miserably because her mind fought the image, knowing the account was empty. She was trying to create the effect, money, without establishing the cause, the consciousness of having the home. I asked her, "What would you do after you bought the house?" I asked her, "What would you do after you bought the house? What is the inevitable consequence?" She said, "I would invite my parents over, the ones who said I couldn't afford it, and I would cook them a celebratory dinner in my new kitchen." That was the scene. Not the loan approval, not the closing date, but the act that implied everything else had already been handled. That night, Anna stopped struggling. She relaxed into her state akin to sleep. Her scene was simple. She felt the heat of the oven on her face. She smelled the roast cooking, and she looked across the table at her mother in her new kitchen. She heard her mother say, "You did it. I'm so proud of you." She repeated this short loop, the heat, the smell, the praise, until she fell asleep feeling the satisfaction of a homeowner. She didn't worry about the down payment. She simply lived in the end. The money to buy the house came through a legacy she wasn't expecting, a legal matter that cleared up weeks later. This is the work of the operant power. You do not chase the shadows, the money, the houses, the cars. You go directly to the source of the light, your own wonderful human imagination, and you change the slide in the projector. You do not try to change the reflection in the mirror by wiping the glass. You change your face, and the reflection must change. Many of you fall asleep begging an external power to save you. Please, universe, give me this. Neville Goddard taught us that this is a fundamental error. There is no external God withholding blessings from you. The Creator is your own imagination. When you say, I am, you are declaring your reality. Your S.A.T.S scene is not a request. It is a command. It is an act of assumption. You are appropriating the state of consciousness that already exists. Now, let's get practical. The preparation for S.A.T.S is just as important as the scene itself. You cannot switch from a day of high-stress grind directly into a state of abundance. You must first neutralize the mind. Before you sleep, sit on the edge of your bed. Do not lie down yet. Close your eyes and simply observe your thoughts. Do not fight them. Watch the anxiety about bills, the fear of the future, the replay of the day's arguments. Watch them drift by like clouds in a still sky. You are the sky, not the clouds. After a few minutes of this detached observation, the mental noise will settle. You are clearing the cache. You are now ready to induce the state akin to sleep. Lie down comfortably on your back. Relax your body, part by part. Feel the heaviness in your legs, your arms. Feel your breathing slow down. You are entering the Sabbath, the state of rest, the state of non-effort. In this state, your subconscious is open, receptive, and ready for a new command. Now, while you are in this drowsy, immobile state, not fully asleep, but no longer fully awake, step onto the throne of your mind. Start to recall your scene. Remember, it is short, it is in the first person, and it implies that you are already free. Let's choose a universal scene for financial independence. You are holding your bank statement, not on a screen, but a physical paper letter. Feel the texture of the paper between your fingers. It is smooth, perhaps slightly cool. Feel the weight of the sheet. Now, bring the scene to life. You are not watching yourself read it. You are there. Your eyes scan the columns of numbers. You are not anxiously looking for the amount. You already know what is there. Your gaze settles on the final line, the closing balance. It is a number that gives you a sense of total security and freedom. You don't have to strain to see the exact digits. That's not the point. The point is what you feel looking at that number. You feel a deep, warm wash of relief. Let that feeling expand from your chest. It is a sensation of, finally, it is done. I am safe. I am free. Breathe in that feeling. As soon as the scene fades, start over. Feel the paper. See the number. Feel the relief. This is the loop. Repeat this 2-second act again and again. You are not trying to make it happen. You are simply occupying the state where it has already happened. The most common error at this stage is effort. People try to feel, but feeling cannot be forced. Feeling is the fragrance that naturally rises from the rose of your focused attention. If your attention is truly in the scene, if you are truly touching that imaginary paper, the feeling of relief will surge naturally. Do not chase the emotion. Chase the sensory vividness. As you repeat this loop, your logical mind might try to rebel. This is a lie. I saw the account this morning, and it's overdrawn. Do not fight that thought. Do not give it energy. Simply, gently, bring your attention back to the sensation of the paper between your fingers. Bring your attention back to the relief. You are telling your logical mind, yes, I know what the senses say, but I have chosen my truth, and my truth is this. The world outside will begin to fade. Your drowsiness will increase. This is the critical moment. Your entire S.A.T. session is designed for one purpose: to fall asleep in that state, inside your scene. You must allow the scene to lull you to sleep. Why? Because the impression you carry into deep sleep is the command your subconscious accepts for your future. If you fall asleep in relief, the subconscious will move heaven and earth to bring you the circumstances that match that relief. You will wake up tomorrow in the same room, but you will not be the same. You will be a person who has financial freedom, and the mirror world must reflect this new identity. But here is the final trap: the mental diet. This is where 99% of people fail. They plant the seed at night, but the next morning they dig it up to see if it's growing. They check their bank account, see the old balance, and say, it didn't work. With that single doubt, they abort the creation. The mental diet means living from the end, not towards the end. If you fell asleep feeling financially secure, how would you walk through your day? How would you handle an unexpected bill? A person who is abundant looks at the bill and thinks calmly, this is just a reflection of my old state. It doesn't matter. My truth is what I assumed last night, and from that truth I provide for everything. This is the alchemy. You live in the shadow world while maintaining unshakable loyalty to the world of cause. When your senses scream lack, you must smile internally and respond in silence. I am abundant. You are not trying to convince anyone. You are simply persisting in your assumption. Your persistence is the proof of your faith. When your senses scream lack, you must smile internally and respond in silence. I am abundant. You are not trying to convince anyone. You are simply persisting in your assumption. Your persistence is the proof of your faith. So, make a pact with yourself tonight. Do not go to sleep as a slave to your circumstances. Go to sleep as the sovereign of your universe. Build your perfect scene, brief, sensory, first person, and saturated with relief. If you have understood the depth of this teaching and are ready to stop being a victim of the economy and start being the master of your reality, join us. Subscribe. If you have understood the depth of this teaching and are ready to stop being a victim of the economy and start being the master of your reality, join us. Subscribe to Feeling is the Secret now. Click the notification bell, because every video is an activation of your divine power. And right now, seal this pact. Go to the comments and declare your sovereignty. Write, "I am the creator of my reality." Do not write it for us. Write it as a binding oath to your own subconscious. Your journey from effect to cause has just begun.